Happy February! It's actually Groundhog Day, so happy Groundhog Day. I have not made a video in 5 months, and I have kind of missed you guys, but truth be told, I have needed the break. I didn't realize until I was on the break, but I've been in the public forum for 5-6 years now online, and it only gets more and more crazy the longer you're online because more people stumble upon you. At the very least, if not, some of your things go viral and then suddenly you have all this attention. Anyway, blah being, I got really tired of living with my life like being discussed with feedback at all. I started to actually resent even positive feedback, just like, I don't care what anybody thinks, shut up. And I realized I was doing this to myself. I'm the one putting my life online. So I just intuitively stopped making videos because I did not want to make them. In the process of not making them for a while, I realized that was why. I needed a break. I needed some time to like reflect on myself without hearing what anybody else had to say about it, but like really hone in on what I want. And I have popped out the other side finally, sort of in new spirits after being sick a couple of times and some crazy life things that happened that I'll tell you about later. But anyway, I've come out the other side really liking myself a lot more. I have such a clear sense of purpose and much clearer idea of who I am and like what I want to be doing on the planet and what I want to say. But enough about me and my self journey and all the amazing stuff going on in my head and my heart. What's going on with my actual body, my physical body? I've lost more weight. In 2012, I decided I was going to lose weight again because after being really depressed and having my whole life thrown for a loop for like 9 months, living in Texas in just wild situation I had never anticipated, I let my depression and confusion and lack of direction in life totally dictate how I was eating in Texas, and I went back up to not my highest weight, which was 230, but basically my YouTube start weight again, which was around 200 pounds, 199 or so. In about 6 months, I lost 15, 20 pounds. When I last weighed in on YouTube, in my last video, I didn't even have an official weigh-in, but I was about 183, 182. Since then, I have lost an additional 10 pounds. I'm now about 172. And that was actually a big surprise to me, considering that we went through Thanksgiving and Christmas and Halloween and New Year's. I didn't say those in order, but all those holidays are like candy and yummy, and I'm going to gain weight and drink a lot of alcohol and typically not think a lot about my body. But actually this year I continued with the conscious intuitive eating. I continued with literally just eating when I was hungry, and every time I was hungry, like asking myself, is this a healthy choice? And I wouldn't recommend that eating method necessarily to someone in the beginning, because if I look back at who I was like when I first started losing weight in 2008, and if I had said to myself, only eat when you're hungry and eat healthy things when you are hungry, I would have been completely confused by that advice. Because first of all, I was not at all in tune with my actual body rhythms for food. I was just eating all the time and anything I wanted and any quantity I wanted. So I had no self-consciousness about my consumption of food. So first of all, to be told just to eat when I was hungry, that would have been really confusing. I probably would have misidentified a lot of thirst for hunger and justified eating a lot more simply because I didn't understand my body. And on the other side of that, I didn't understand what it meant to be healthy at all. I think I thought that being healthy meant just eating tons of vegetables and depriving yourself of anything yummy. I think that was also a result of my childhood, having been a vegetarian/vegan for most of my childhood and not liking a lot of the food. But on the other side of that, now that I eat that way, I realize how much of a misconception that was and how easy it is to eat healthy all the time and like love what you're eating. And so anyway, that advice is how I eat now, and it served me extremely well. In the last, 5 months, 10 pounds, that's only 2 pounds a month. That's not a lot of weight loss. It's a half a pound a week. But that's just simply because my body's not yet at its ideal weight. It's not yet at a weight that while I'm eating healthy and consciously all the time, I'm balancing. So I guess if I'm eating healthy, and I'm not eating perfectly, I'm just eating healthy most of the time, and reasonably good portions and all that, weight is just falling off of me. I also have to say I've been a little more active. I haven't been working out, and I certainly should have been, but crazy busy. So instead, I sort of just have been losing weight when I bother to get up and go garden or go hang out with some friends, taking a walk, or I don't know, there's been many opportunities for me to take walks and do other like more vigorous movement stuff in my life, but I haven't actually been working out. I've been a member of my CSA, which is Community Supported Agriculture. I made a different video about that if you want to go back a few videos and find it. But basically it's a bunch of farms that banded together and provide a delivery service via this one guy named Adam, who's really awesome and started the business. They all grow either on their land or in greenhouses, and then that food is delivered to my house every week. And it's been working out great. And I've been cooking. For breakfast, I'm usually having a little bit of fruit, maybe a piece of toast, maybe some orange juice, maybe some coffee, not every day. For lunch, I'll have a sandwich or some pancakes or oatmeal, or I tend to eat breakfast food for breakfast and lunch. But then on the other side, sometimes for lunch, I'll have like veggies and crackers and hummus. And then for dinner, I've been making basically steamed rice and vegetables with a protein. So when I started off kind of trying to really cook healthy, I was cooking chicken or fish or some meat every night, along with some brown rice and then a big steam stir is what my dad calls them, or what I would call them. It's basically a whole bunch of different vegetables that you steam. You add layers as, you know, the heaviest, densest stuff to steam first, and then you slowly stack on the stuff less and less and less until you're done steaming and everything's cooked perfectly. Anyway, so I do like a big steam stir with brown rice and then meat. So that was my method until about Christmas time. We hosted Christmas at my house. So my life exploded for a month and a half, trying to host Christmas and throw a surprise baby shower for my sister, which we did pull off without a hitch, but I'd never hosted anything remotely close to this before in my life, so it was a huge thing. But anyway, after Christmas, something switched in my brain and I really just stopped wanting to eat animals. I have been feeling very off-put by the idea of killing animals, sentient beings. And I never really felt that way before, and I used to always think that like the PETA lover, you know, super animal-friendly vegans were just weird. I was mostly just going for the vegan thing because it's obviously scientifically proven to be extremely healthy and great for you on many levels and for longevity and all this. But lately my heart has been in it. Like I really, at least for vegetarian, I'm not interested in eating animals. Like I look at a cow or even just a little chicken and I'm like, I can't eat you. I have no interest. Maybe if I was starving, I would totally kill you right now and eat you, but I'm not. And I have the money and the consciousness to make choices different than killing animals. So anyway, lately, I haven't been doing the meat thing. Corey at first was a little perplexed by this because I told him, I'll still cook meat for you, but I'm basically going to be cooking tofu and tempeh and, you know, eating lots more vegetables and alternate beans and nuts and seeds and oils and, you know, concentrating on all natural stuff, all natural sources of everything that I need. And he was a little for like a couple months, but now he rarely has me cook the meat. Like if he really wants a steak or something, he'll go grill it. But a lot of the days that he doesn't eat a meat dinner. And I have not tried to force this on him at all, but it's just sort of a matter of circumstance. We've both been eating a lot healthier and it feels really good. So anyway, I'm rambling. That's life. And I think that's really all I have to say about my exercise and my eating. Basically, it's been going well and I've been having a ball. And it's really a joy to be only 10-15 pounds above like my ideal weight. I have to say, I'm not super like fit and I'm definitely not cut and I definitely don't look like I'm, you know, thin and don't need to lose weight, but I feel like I'm thin and I don't need to lose weight. And I feel like if I were to lose those last 10 pounds, and I think if I continue eating this way, I will eventually in my life settle down at a very low, you know, natural weight for myself. That would be great, but I don't need to look that. It occurs to me that maybe you'd want to see my body, so I don't know. I guess there's a white background over here. So this is me. Maybe I should take things off, but anyway, these pants have like a double panel that folds down, so just be warned that it does somewhat hold me firmer than I normally would be. But yeah, I don't know where I was in my other videos, and I'm not sure if you've seen my body, but basically there's just a lot less fat on my body in general, and even in my tummy. Like if I'm gonna do this, blurp. This does not worry me. Corey is starting to say like I'm losing all my cushion, if you know what I mean. So I think we're both really happy with where I'm at right now. And so wherever that goes, that's okay. But in the meantime, here we are. Oh my gosh! And the biggest, hugest piece of news, if you haven't already noticed, is we got engaged! You know, for as long as we have been dating and talking about getting married, it was actually a huge surprise for me. I had no idea that he was going to propose. I put on a workshop in California, which took a couple months of my work. Just my whole brain for a couple months was working on making this workshop happen in SoCal. And then, like a few weeks before the thing was actually going to happen, Corey was like, I'm going to fly down with you. My mom's buying me a ticket so that we can go see family and everything, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, okay, cool, awesome. So he went down with me and we did the workshop. And then the next day there was this like party at his mom's neighbor's house, who's good family friends. I know them as well. And like, I don't know, it's not like we were dying to go, but we want to go. They're good friends. But Corey was like somehow, seeming a little more adamant that we were going than necessary. So I was a little like, why the hell is this so important to him? But I just figured his mom bought his plane ticket, so that was like his gift to her, like go to this big family party, whatever. And anyway, the song Soul Sister by Train came on the PA system. It was a big party with lots of drinking and lots of food and blah. And that's our song. So then he asked me to go dance, and we went and danced, and then he proposed. I mean, in fact, he said it so quietly that some people didn't actually realize he proposed. They thought that he pulled out the ring, and I was just like, yes, 1,000 times yes. But he actually did say stuff to me while we were dancing, like, I love you, blah, blah, blah. I don't know, I'm terrible at remembering things verbatim, but paraphrasing, basically, I want to spend the rest of my life with you, and would you marry me? And I was just like, yes, of course, oh my God. But it's amazing, and the ring is so special. I'm just going to tell you a couple things about it because I don't want to sit here and brag, but I love it. The first one, his neighbor, the one whose house we went to that party at, made the ring, and he's one of only a few people on the planet who's allowed to work on Fabergé eggs. He's considered a master jeweler, and so he actually designed my ring from what Corey said that I would want from scratch, and poured it and cast it from scratch. So this ring was made for me. And this is a man who's made custom rings for whole lines for Cartier and Tiffany and Bulgari, and just unbelievable man made my ring. So I feel way honored just because of that. And then second of all, I don't know if I hold this up, if it'll focus it, but there are all these little stones. But the main stone in the center was Corey's grandmother's, on his mother's side, and she left the ring for him, but of course it was gold, and I'm not fond of gold, so that ring was melted down and the stone was taken and put into this ring. And then the two stones that are on the side of it are from Corey's mom, who got a pair of earrings on the day Corey was born from Corey's dad, who she's no longer married to. So she had these diamond earrings representing Corey's birth, which were just sitting in a box for like 20 years. And so they went on the side. And then jeweler George, because he's amazing, put in all the extra little diamonds on the side just because he's awesome. So, I mean, I would never, ever, ever in my life spend this much money on a piece of jewelry. Ever. I'm just way too frugal and practical for that. I mean, even in my like crazy spending binges of shoes and Armani and whatever, I definitely never would have spent this much money. But it's gonna last a lifetime, and it is so precious. And it's really a gift from Corey's whole family, and it was a huge like welcome to the family from them. And so anyway, it's very exciting. I haven't started planning the wedding. I'm not any kind of girl who like has ever fantasized about weddings. I don't like weddings. I mean, consider I'm a non-religious, non-traditional girl, and this wedding thing is a religious traditional ceremony. So I sort of feel like a fish out of water, but I also feel very optimistic that I will figure something out. I don't know. You know, I've been, of course, reading millions of articles, and I have actually too many ideas, I feel. But we will get married probably this fall, maybe next spring, but I think maybe this fall. I was gonna try and get married this coming spring, but my sister Namaste has been pregnant. If you follow me on Facebook, you know this, and she's actually due April 1st, April Fool's Day. So I decided I didn't want to like make her try and be a bridesmaid just a month or two after she had given birth, and with a newborn and having to travel, and just like it didn't work for the family. And it's very important to me that my sister's there, and it's not very important to me that I get married right away. Some people might think that's weird because I know I've said I wanted to have kids, and you know, I feel like I should get married before then, but that can still wait. Honestly, when you've lived with somebody for 3 years, it feels ridiculous to like plan a wedding for a year in the future, because it's like we've been so ready for this for so long, we could just do it now. But when you consider the family and the timing of things and wanting to like plan it nicely and give everyone proper time with invitations and whatever, we're gonna wait and we'll do it this fall. So anyway, I hope you're doing really well. I hope that this new year has found you in high spirits and with rejuvenated sense of self and sense of purpose. And I hope that you continue to do everything you want in your life, including lose weight and get the body that you want. I really encourage you to go within, meditate, walk, find hobbies that take you in your heart, in your soul. This will help you find your intuition and listen to yourself. And the more I think you do that, the more easy and effortless everything that you want to do really becomes. That's my honest truth. So take care. I hope you're doing well again, and I will see you soon.